So welcome everyone to our Sunday evening meditation. This is April 10, 2022. I'm Juna
Sabine.
from Synergy in Motion, and we're really glad that you're here tonight. And we were just saying how amazing it is just to chat with some of you before we do this. And we're here to kind of gather our energies and just have you tap into your self, gather yourself together, all the parts and pieces of you that and bring yourself together as you look ahead into a brand new week, and just really being present with you, your body, and your life in this now moment. So we'll do a little energy forecast for the week, and then we will go into meditation, connecting with our bodies and our beings. So this energy forecast for this week is based on the 42nd hexagram of the I-Ching, or the 42nd gene key. It's about growth and increase. It's about the power to complete things. So it is a very potent power that comes kind of at the end of a cycle. So this, if you have a birthday in this time, this next week from April 10 to 15, or you know someone who does, cycles will be a huge part of their life, beginnings, middles, ends. And it's like really important not to rush the end of things. But I wanted to ask a couple of questions just to get you to ponder the richness of what this is right now. So in your own life, ask yourself, what is ending for me? Is there anything coming to completion? Another question would be, what can I let go of? Is there anything that I need to let go of or that wants to be released? I guess that I can't combine my last two questions together. What can you let go of and what needs to be released? And yeah, and it's just really important to be like in the now moment with all of this, having a sense that you are in the bigger picture and there are cycles and there is development, but that you cannot push it, you cannot make it be anything other than it is this river moving through. And when we start to have expectations about, oh, we're coming to the end, and this, the ending means this, and a new beginning means that, we come to all of these expectations, and the expectations just bring us out of the present moment. And so it's just really important with having yourself be aware of the bigger picture, that you are in the cycles of life, you are in these things, and to trust and surrender to these natural cycles, as we do with winter into spring, into summer, into fall, into winter again. And there's this surrender, and really letting go of what you think you know is coming, letting go of what you think happened in the past and how it affects you. It is just being in that present moment with this gift of detachment. That's what Richard Rudd talks about as the gift of this 42nd gene key, is being able to detach from your expectations and your the expectations of how it might turn out. And detachment doesn't mean that you don't care. You can actually care very much, and you can feel a lot, but it's about not identifying with your expectations or identifying with what you wish and dream and hope for. So it's quite high magic. It's quite lofty work here, but the key is just to really be in the present moment and revisit these questions. What in me needs to let go? What can I let go of? What needs to be released? What's coming to completion? And this week, we all on the planet, we have this power to complete a cycle. And it's not up to you to push it, but just be a witness and notice what is there for you.
And also recognizing that life and death is yet another rebirth, because it is not just life and death, it's life, death, rebirth. So death is just a between life. And often in our transformation, we meet those small deaths where things just need to go and die. But when we are having expectation of how we should have completed something, or how death looks like, or how letting go looks like, we are not able to actually let go of that. And thus the rebirth is going to be slightly crooked. So the more, and traumatic, and the more you are in this, I love that term that comes from Nia. That's an approach Juna used to teach, where they say tight but loose, right? Just like a piece of soap, wet soap. It's, you need to clearly hold it, but not too hard that it slips out. So to have that approach to life, to be present, tight, aware, present with what is, but loose, so that when something needs to transform and a death occurs, you're not going down the rabbit hole with it.
And I just, here's another term that you can't use, that like a little death. Petite mort is orgasm, like a petite mort. And so the third element, the city of this, the highest level of this gene key is celebration. So it's celebration of this ending and the new beginning, and sometimes it all comes at once. It's just like this explosion and this poof, or very, very light and very small. Like it's just, but there's this celebration when we get to that level of really being holding things tight but loose, and just the celebration of that and what can transform with that.
And I have to geek out a little bit now. Sorry for those who are not into geek language, but in the Hitchhiker's Guide Through the Galaxy, this traveler travels and finally finds this quantum computer that can answer any question. And he asks, of course, what's the meaning of life? And the computer pauses, waits a while, and then it says 42. And 42 is not only the 42nd hexagram, but also 42 in the programming language is an asterisk, which stands for anything you want it to be. So between life and death, and the dance between life and death, it might, the what might not be up to you, but how you live that dance between life and death, anything you want it to be.
Oh, love it. Lots of wisdom.
Good stuff. Anything else?
No. Are you ready to meditate and tune in to yourself with your body and your being in this present moment?
Perfect. So let's take that deep, yummy breath into our belly. And give yourself that wriggle that allows your body to find a comfortable position in the present moment. And with your breath deepening, allow the stillness around you to expand. Allow the space you're in to become more still, even if it's acoustically not still. Just allow the energy to just be still. While you arrive in the present moment with yourself, coming home. And being aware of your breath flowing deeply in and out. And with that, allow your energy to be present and create your sacred space around you, within you. Allow it to unfold. And in that space, take a moment to contemplate that question. What are you ready to let go of? What needs to change form in your life? And don't do much thinking, just allow it to come to you and be present with it. And take a moment to honor that, to be grateful what it has done in your life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, all of the contributions. And then ask yourself, could you let go of this? theoretically, is it possible to let go of your attachments, your expectations? Do you want to let it go? Would you let it go? And just become aware. Either answer is perfectly okay. Just be aware. And then ask yourself, when will you let go? Is now the time to let go? And if it is all the way through a yes, just simply open your energy field, just like you would open a fist into an open hand, and let it go. Hand it over to life. And if you're not ready, just hold on a little while longer and be with it. And in this process of letting go of that which no longer serves, become aware of the spark of something new. And like a child, without expectations, welcome that energy while the old is transforming, dying, moving on. And perceive how we are all in this beautiful river of life, a constant letting go, death, rebirth, the old going, the new coming in. And be with this attitude of detachment in this river. Just notice what is unfolding. What is moving out of your life and what is coming in. And when you find something that is sticking you, that's not moving on, just ask yourself those 3 questions. Could you let it go? Is it actually possible? Would you let it go? Do you want to let it go? When? And in this flow of letting go and welcoming the new without expectations, become aware of the abundance of life, the diversity, the affluence, a constant flow that probably looks different from what you expected, but it's there in the most creative and amazing ways. And open yourself up to that energy in the flow of life and living. And together, let's become aware of how we are in this moment in time on this planet, are standing at the edge of a new epoch. An old one is ending and a new one is beginning. We're living in that in betwixt and in between, a time of magic. And let's just take a moment and be deeply grateful for the old ways that have served us for the last 400 years. Amazing. And then ask yourself, could you let them go, those old times? All the imprinting right down into your DNA. you want to let it go. And when. And when you're ready, just open your energetic hand and let it go. Or hold on to it a little longer. And also become aware of the new epoch rolling in, full of new adventures and possibilities, full of new stories for you to discover. And welcome that while the old is slowly moving out. And in all of this become, or really be aware of your sacred space. The river of life will never wash you out of your sacred space. It is here to support you in being you, being in that sacred space. And it will feed you whatever you require to be more of you. Just really know how much life cares for you and supports you in all those changes, no matter how uncertain the times are. And I invite you in the next week to surprise yourself of how easy it actually is to let go of that which no longer serves you, while you welcome the new adventures of life and living. And with that, take a deep breath in. Become aware of your beautiful, miraculous body. And keep on flowing with the river of life. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So staying in this delicious energy, thank you all for joining us, and thank you for that beautiful meditation. We are at the close, and you can certainly just slip out if you'd like, wave goodbye, whatever, if you want to unmute yourself and say a couple words, any gratitude, comments, questions, now's the time.
Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Same place, same time.
Mhm.